What's up, everyone? This is basically a video about what a lot of people email me and ask me about. They ask me why I hate Larry Merchant so much. Do I have a personal vendetta against him or something like that? And the issue is, it's not that I have against him. It's the fact he doesn't view boxing as an art form. He views boxing as, two men slugging it out against each other until there's a winner, having a war, blood, sweat, and tears. And that can be a passion for what boxing can be about, but it's not what boxing is. And whenever a fighter comes along that actually comes with a game plan and won't stand and trade, and actually has some sense to him, Larry Merchant will be the first one to diss that fighter and say something stupid like, he's giving us a bunch of junk, he's giving us a bunch of garbage. All you need to do is watch the Chris Bird Ike Ibuchi fight for your biggest example of that. Chris Bird was making Ike Ibuchi look stupid, getting him frustrated. Chris Bird giving up about 40 pounds in that fight. All Larry Merchant can do is diss him for fighting a defensive fight. Well, I say this to you, Larry Merchant. Let us throw you in there against another fighter who outweighs you by about 40 pounds. And we'll tie two cement blocks to your legs so that you have no choice but to stand and trade. And those cement blocks will keep you standing too, so even when you want to fall, you can't. Then maybe after about 3 rounds of that, you will realize how important defense is in boxing, and you will realize that not everybody is a power puncher, and you will realize that boxing is a game of game plans, and about art, and about styles, and about what you can bring to the table. Anybody can go out and slug and be aggressive. It takes a master of boxing to have a game plan. Chris Bird was a great heavyweight fighter. Started his career at super middleweight, light heavyweight, went up to heavyweight. And you have idiots like Larry Merchant who wanted him to stand and trade with fighters that outweighed him, that were naturally bigger than him. I say, why? Why would you do that? If you were like that in the sport of boxing, then what the heck is a game plan worth? What the heck is a game plan even worth anymore? If you're just going to go in there and trade, why even have a game plan? Why even have strategy? Why even have defense? Why even call boxing boxing? Why don't you just call it street fight? What separates boxing from street fighting's about pride. It's not professional. It can be about money. It can be about anything. But you don't see much defensive craft in a street fight, do you? You see two people going at each other. Boxing is what separates it. Boxing is an art form. Boxing is about people, about their lives, about their different styles, about how they fight their fights. All about winning their fights. That's what boxing is about. That's what separates boxing from street fighting. And it's what used to separate it from street fighting, but now it seems all people like Larry Merchant want to see is street fighting. And like I said, I mentioned a few videos ago about a boxer that had died, in a slugfest war where he made a good account of himself. Sure, he got respect, but he died shortly after. And every time I hear about a boxer dying in the ring because he stood and traded, and things like that, it makes me hate people like Larry Merchant even more. Because they want to see that. My dad used to always tell me, announcers like Larry Merchant will never be satisfied until they see a death. And the way he commentates sometimes, it almost feels like he wants to see a death. And most of you boxing fans out there, you call yourselves boxing fans, but you diss fighters that fight defensively with a game plan and a jab and a move. And you praise fighters that go in there head first, bowling and throwing punches with no game plan whatsoever. Yet when the boxer beats the brawler, you diss the boxer for not standing and trading. Boxing's about styles. If you can't deal with what boxing is about, go watch a Kimbo Slice video. Go watch a street fighting video. Not to say I don't watch those videos, but that's when you're talking about street fighting. You're not talking about boxing. And people like Larry Merchant, who call themselves expert boxing commentators, they don't contribute any more to the boxing. If you try to convince people, like with the Contender, They try to show the real craft of boxing in that show, and try to prove that, boxing just isn't about two brutes, going at each other. It's about lives, it's about style, it's about pride, it's about power, it's about tears, it's about emotion and style that you can get through that emotion. It's like a masterpiece. It's like a masterpiece, and each boxer is a painter, and the ring is their canvas, and they all want to paint a different picture. But if you listen to people like Larry Merchant who want them all to paint the same picture, then where's the art of boxing? I just hope this gets through to some of you boxing pundits out there that you want to diss defensive fighters, No, a lot of people say it's more manly to stand and trade. Boxing is about this too. If I'm not bigger than you, if I'm not stronger than you, if I'm not faster than you, my only advantage is my mind and my ability to outthink you. That's what separates boxing. Because if you can outthink someone, you can defeat them. But if you're just going to go in there with no strategy whatsoever, then stop calling it boxing and call it what it is. Call it a street fight that people get paid for. And people like Larry Merchant, he loves to say, his favorite phrase when a boxer's fighting a slayer is like, "This is a professional prize fight." Yeah, this is a professional prize fight. Which is why they shouldn't fight like two people off the street. Which is why they should be allowed to paint whatever picture they want. And Larry Merchant, until you step in a boxing ring and get hit by someone that outweighs you by 60 pounds, flesh, will you really understand how important the art of boxing is. The art of boxing, not the gift of slugging. Get it right. That's all I gotta say about that. All you have a wonderful day. Be sure to check out saddleboxing.com. Be sure to check out Killer Sheep Sportsbook. And be sure to check out Wacko's Round by Round. We'll be doing a round by round analysis of the Jermaine Taylor-Kelly Pavlik fight. It's one of the best round by rounds you'll find on the internet. Links over there to the boxing forums where I'm at. So enjoy your day. Have a great evening or morning, whichever one you watch this vid. I'm out.